Good morning. It's October 25th of 2023, and I apologize for not taking the time to make more of these videos. I have been on the road quite a bit with work and been taking some classes as well, but nonetheless, I didn't realize how popular some of these videos have become, and I have you guys to thank for that. It seems like there's a lot of people out there who are learning the strat, and for some reason they have managed to come across my channel or across my posts on Twitter, and I'm flattered. And the number of people that I've done one-on-ones with and have tried to explain my process has been a lot of fun. There are really a lot of great people out there. And I have found that the majority of you are seeking knowledge and experience and people with the same amount of passion in order to help change your life. And anytime someone is willing to do the work, then I'm on board. But if you don't do the work, then I'm done with you, because there are way too many people out there who are hungry for this. And so that's all I'm going to say about that, and let's get to the market. You guys can see clearly, if I take this down to the ETFs that we trade here on the channel here, that this is the SPX. Well, you guys get it. It's the S&P, IWM, the Qs, and the Dow. And basically, this is a 9-month chart of each. And you can tell how we have really started to move. I'll just show you on the SPXL here, how we really have started to move very sharply at times, and then go lower. So the trend right now is down. Do not get suckered into these, because on the bigger time frames that we know, that on the quarter, the month, they're selling it. So they're baiting people in. And that's where experience comes in, and that's where strat traders need to be stronger mentally and understand that we're not going to fall for the little sucker rallies, because all they do is get sold into. So last night, Google reported. Some of the big names are getting ready to report. And you have to understand that the run into earnings is done. It's done. And we had that little pop right here on the Qs, where you can see where we had this really tiny run right there. That was it. It was like a 10-day run. And then it immediately has started to sell off again. I really think we are destined to fill this gap, but we will see. So let's go over the watch list. Not a lot out there. This is TQQQ, and this is my favorite one. You can see that we are trying to hold this 33.63 monthly support level right here. And as of right now, we are gapping down because Google missed earnings. Let's just go over the S&P as well. These are the two that I primarily follow. You can see here too that we got down here past this monthly level right here, and now we're trying to retest it, and then possibly do one of these where we go up, down, a retest, and then back down through here. Okay? Or if price tells us, we'll let it go right here. But for now, again, trend is down. The watch list here. This is what I put together for the month, and you can see how CPG right here, just a inexpensive one, is really struggling to get above this year high right here. And now we've actually kind of have set another area of resistance right here at this 843. For those of you who are new, Learn how to do this with cheaper stocks before you decide to take on Amazon, Nvidia, or some of the other big boys. I see so many people say, well, now that I know how to do this, I'm going to trade the big boys. Don't do that. Learn how to be comfortable in a position. Learn how the price action moves so that you feel comfortable. ELF, as you can see here, we're forming another box here. This would be your next area, hopefully, where we might TTO and go down or go back up. And a lot of that is going to depend upon earnings right here. Gold, same thing. You can see how we're struggling to get above this 30.03 area right here. And today we're gapping down just a little bit. It wouldn't shock me to see gold. Okay, again, just my opinion. Just my opinion here. Come down. We went up. We broadened. And now I'd like to see this thing come right back down. Or find some support in this area and go back up. But nonetheless, you can see that we've got a broadening pattern here and a broadening pattern there. And this is the chop, people. It's a sharp move down, it's a sharp move up, and then we just kind of wait and see what happens in this area right here. GM is sick. This thing broke 30.33, which is a new low for the year. And if you believe in the strat, this is your target, 1472, this area right here. So with GM, I posted this one on Twitter earlier today too. What you're really looking for, you're looking for these little sucker rallies right here where they take it higher and then they bust it lower. See that? Sucker rallies. So we're just waiting for this thing to come back up so we can drop, or they might even take it back up here and then drop it. But here's the thing. If we get above this 30.33 area, then all bets are off. But if we don't get above that, then you've got to assume that this move is coming right here. Okay? Common sense. And here's the thing. If you bust this back to 2 years, on a 2-year chart, you can see this plain as day how we broke this area right here. And now we're just accelerating to the downside. We had earnings here, so we'll see what happens. As of right now, really doing nothing pre-market. Home Depot, same thing. Doing the same thing where we ran, we rested through here, and then we're just breaking down, and we're pausing, and then we're breaking down again. And guess what we have coming up? That's right, earnings. Intel. Intel got my attention the other day when we had this huge move down. And you can see how we hit this first target. And the chart that I posted is on Twitter as well, so check that one out. But basically, this is your first target. We hit that. This is your second. This is your third down here, and this is your fourth. But what I like about this is that you see how we just paused right here. This is a pause, people. This is an inside bar. And then we have earnings right here. So what's going to happen? I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that lately, all the stocks that have reported, I guess I shouldn't say all, because Microsoft reported and they actually are popping a little bit. But the majority of the stocks right now are getting sold into. KLG, this is a new one that I've been taking a small position in. This is Kellogg. And the reason why I took a small position in this is because these kind of names usually are defensive names and they get bought during tough times. And not only that, I just like how we went IPO here, we came down, we retested this area, and now we're just kind of chopping and consolidating here. I'd love to see us get back up in this area right here. Okay? This really is just a speculative play, okay? Because we're still inside bar here for the week. Not sure what it's going to do, but you know, it's a $10 stock, so I'll take a position in it. KRE, let's look at KRE here. This is another one that I posted on the Twitter stream. So again, down, up, down, up, and now we're busting lower. Guys, 39.81 is your stop. That is your target right there. Okay? Simple stuff. You got to make it simple. NVIDIA has earnings coming up, and we are still holding this area right through here. ON. You can just see how we're consolidating right here. You can see how we are just consolidating right in this area right here. So, do we break out into earnings, or do we fill this gap and then go lower? We don't know. Keep an open mind. It can go either way. PLTR doing nothing, just chopping back and forth. PSTG came down here and we knocked out this guy right here, and then we came back down and knocked out this guy. Took a while, but we eventually got there. This one looks like it wants to possibly come back up to this 34.71 area and then possibly roll back over to this 30.97. But we'll see, because this has earnings. RIG, this is one that we've been following quite a bit on Twitter. And I drew this broadening formation, God, I think way back here. And it's been fun to watch because it's never been able to get above this 886, and now you can see that we're actually broadening the broadening formation. That was kind of fun to say. But it really needs to hold this 692 area. Otherwise, we could get back down into this area right here. Again, earnings. Most of the time, stocks will not fail into earnings. They will hold it to see what the numbers are. Rocket, you can see, got down here, and now we're waiting on earnings. SoFi, same thing, just holding this level of support through here, and we have earnings. AT&T reported earnings, and guess what? They popped right here. This is an area of interest for me. I want to know if AT&T can hold this 1572 area, and if it can, I expect it to come back up to this 1623 area. But guess what? It could also fail like it did here. You can see the price action here. We got here. This was our objective. Our objective was to take this point out right here. We did that. We broadened, and then we got sucked back down, and then buyers stepped in here. So if you're a strat trader right here, 1538, that area right there, that was your signal to go long. Tesla. Tesla has reported earnings, and you can see how we took out this guy right there. That was the objective, right? If you're going lower, the objective was to fill the gap and take it lower. Before they reported earnings, one of the people that I work with, she actually asked me what I would do here, and I told her, I said, I would buy a 215 put right here. And it was amazing how fast that thing doubled. It was a really nice conversation. Verizon reported earnings, and you can see right here another defensive name, right? Another defensive name that got bought, and now the objective is to get up here into this $35 area. But you'll want to see this thing set up again on the strat and just sit for a little bit before making a decision to either bust lower to the downside or higher. So people always say, what do you mean by sitting? So a lot of you guys know I have a football background, and whenever you run a route, basically you always wanted to sit where the defense got over anxious and tried to jump the route. So you just want to see this thing kind of just go like this for a while, sideways, and then make a decision to go up or down through here, okay? Patience. Let it set up on the strat right here. Yeah, some of those DBs, man, they always thought they knew the route better than you. And then you'd sit down and they'd go, oh, crap. Big. Right here. As long as price is below the purple line, 2 down. If I could spell. 2 down month. Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, well. Just goes to show you I'm human, right? 2 down is in force. 40-30 is the trigger. You can see that right here, where we got right there. We got here and we just kind of sold off. Everything else is an ETF here. You can see that XLC doing nothing. Came right up here, just chopping. Again, you guys are going to get tired of seeing this, but I never get tired of drawing it. Price consolidates. And then we make a decision to go higher or go lower. That's what price does. XLE, you can see that this one is gapping down, or no, it's gapping up a little bit. Still struggling to get above this 96 or 93.69. XLF, just ugly, 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 ugly. Our financial institutions are kind of struggling right now. And we filled this gap like we wanted to. This was our target when we got the signal right there, 2-2 rev, right? Fill the gap, target hit, done with it. XLK came down here, met our objective, took out the previous low down here, we bounced, and now the objective is to come down through here if we can and establish a new low if I can draw right there. Okay? First, it looks like it wants to go up a little bit before it attempts to do that. ExxonMobil, you can see here that this thing is pointing down on all time frames. Look at the weekly trigger here, monthly trigger, and then the price action on the daily is confirming that this thing kind of wants to go back down here. We will wait patiently for that to set up. And then XOP, same price action, wants to come down. XRT, this thing looks like it wants to get down to this 5620 area. You can see it right here. Tried to go higher, we got rejected, and we've been selling off the last 5 days. And now we possibly could take out this guy right here. That's what we're targeting right there, 57.48. And then the last but not least is Yeti. Yeti is just going sideways here, and we have earnings coming in. That's it. That's all I have for this little episode. So if you have any questions, please join us in the Discord. I'm there every morning answering questions, and on Twitter. Don't be shy. Till then, take care, and God bless.